It's Mike with the 61 Beetle. I got some interesting things going. Subscribe if you want to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. What I've got going now is I realized I have this rear view mirror here that I took off of the 65 and I put it onto the 61. But then when I started looking up the sun visors, the 61 has sun visors that actually attach into little holes in the rear view mirror. So what I did is I ordered a reproduction mirror like this that has those holes, and then I got the visors that go on that. So I'm going to go ahead and install this setup into the Bug, and I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't know, I could probably... This one has a little messed up part on the mirror, but let me put this down here so you can see what I'm doing. Tighten this down. Yeah, so that's good. So if you look at this now, I have my rear view mirror. It doesn't feel quite as solid. That's not too much worse. It doesn't feel quite as solid as this one. Actually, this one's not that solid either. So, you have this, and then now I have the 61 sun visors, which is great. So, I don't know what to do with this, but if you have a 61 body, then you need a 61. Now that's interesting because I guess this isn't quite in the middle, because this is longer and this is shorter, and then this thing kind of, this is off center. So, but that's the way it fits. Happy with that? Great. Another thing that I got are these seatbelt adapters. The seatbelts apparently were optional in 61, and there are these kind of big holes, and they're filled with these plastic screws if you didn't get seatbelts. So then, if you get seatbelts, you need a smaller attachment. And I only have lap belts for the back, so there are these holes here. Here, that would give you actually a shoulder belt in the back seat. And then here, this is the shoulder belt in the front seat, I believe. We're going to see how that fits, because in the bus I actually put that up top, but this is for with a handle. So I got to see how that fits. But let me just see how, I put in the first one of these adapters, and I got to see how do you torque that down. Probably you do that once you're, you put in a screw or some kind of bolt all the way in there, and then you can feed this in and tighten it down. But this will hold the lap belts for the back seat, and that will go here as well as here on this bolt. So that will hold the seat belts here and here, and there's the same thing on the other side with that bolt there and there. And this one is going to go in here. So I can use these plugs probably, since I only have lap belts. I'll probably plug these guys in up here, because I don't have a whole lot of these plastic screws. So this, I had broken the plastic washers. So this is great. These adapters will allow me to install lap belts in the back. So I don't have a good way of tightening this down right now, but I just wanted to show where that's going, and that's going in there. These guys here, I'll just put these in up top because this is, I think the headliner goes over this. I don't have the little washer if they're both broken, but I can put these plugs in here because I don't have shoulder belts for the back seat, not yet anyway. I might do that at some point just for out of safety, in case I have kids in the back or something like that, but for the time being, I need the adapters only for here, and then I have two more adapters since I have, as I mentioned, I have the seat belts. So these here go, basically, this is going to attach to here, right? Attaches onto this big bolt there, and that goes like that. That way you don't have to always fumble with a floppy belt. So then I have these seat belts. Safety first. And these are brackets. So I have ordered from, here's my seatbelt hardware. I ordered from a place called Kafer Lab a set of mount brackets which will mount the seatbelt part to the floor. So I need two more. I actually ordered 6 of these seatbelt adapter plugs because I had 6 holes, but since I'm not doing the shoulder belts in the back, I'm just gonna put those plugs in. And then what I can do is feed in these last 2 adapters as I just prepare for doing the headliner and doing the shoulder belts. And I'm hoping that this is a good, this works as far as a shoulder belt coming over. It seems low for a shoulder belt by today's standards because it seems like a shoulder belt might be up here, but I think this is where they are. So just put the last adapter in. I can decide whether I want to use these plastic screws or whether I want to put the last 2 just adapters in there and then just plug up the smaller hole, and that way I have the adapters ready for if I do shoulder belts in the back. So there's that. Yeah, now you can see the inside of where those little molding clips go, here and here. But yeah, that sets up those big holes for the seat belts. And I can't make that much more progress on seat belts before I do sound insulation, carpeting, that is to say the undercarpet and the carpeting itself. So that's going to take me a little while, but at least I have the adapters. Another thing that I got, and I'll open this up, but I got 2 things for under the hood. One is a separator for the wiring. It's a cover for the wiring. So that should, block some of this off, although I don't know how high up I can move all these wires. So I have that, and then I have the cover that just covers the gas tank. So let's take a look at those. The trunk liner seems to just be some kind of like almost like a carpeted kind of thing. Not a cardboard kind of thing, and try to figure out if those 2 things, if these 2 kind of holes go where these hinges are, and exactly how the how that liner goes on there. And then this You know, this has to go over the, I assume that kind of goes over the gas tank. I have to see if I'm even going to use that. I don't like the fact that it's made out of cardboard, but maybe you can put something on top of that. This one I will use. This is like a piece of plastic. I guess you probably put it behind these things, and then there's two holes here. I'm gonna have to slide all my wiring up, and then looks like on here there are these little nuts here that, and they have a regular screwdriver thing on there, but I'll have to clean the paint off of the threads, I think, before that's really gonna go on there. But there's one there and then one here, so I'll probably have to undo some zip ties, try to move this wiring up and kind of combine these together so that there's one fat wire that goes through here, and then I might have to cut a hole where this wire comes up underneath. We'll see. No big deal if I have to sort of Dremel another little divot in the bottom of that. So that'll go there, and it'll clean up the look inside the trunk because all the wiring will be behind this black thing. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use the that piece of cardboard. Kind of looks junky. So unless there's something that goes on top of it that is black, or some kind of a water resistant fabric or something, and I don't know if that's called trunk liner, but when I looked at it online, it didn't look like it was just going to be a piece of cardboard. That would probably absorb water, and I don't know if I'm going to use that. So have that, and the last thing I think I have in the box over here is the some more replacement door parts. So I got these things, and I should probably be able to do all my door mechanisms all the way through, having all the windows and everything. But you know, for now I just have to sort through all this stuff and figure out the order that I'm going to do things. But I can put on probably this wiring cover if I do that, and you know, I can continue with some of the interior stuff. But yeah, I got you know, look at that, my my interior light, you know, it goes off of this guy, so when I close the door it turns off, so that's great. All right,